Your pet may not think of you as an owner. It may think of you as something much stranger, the safest place in its world. That is the part people often get wrong. We ask whether our pets love us, miss us, or understand us. But inside the animal's mind, the question may be simpler. Are you safe? Are you predictable? Are you the one it looks for when the world becomes uncertain? In dogs, the answer can be seen in the brain. In an fMRI study, researchers presented dogs with different scents: familiar humans, unfamiliar humans, familiar dogs, unfamiliar dogs, and the dog's own scent. The strongest reward-related response appeared for the scent of a familiar human. Not food, not another dog, a person. The smell of someone the dog knew activated the caudate, a brain region linked to reward and positive expectation. The dog did not need to see the person. It did not need to hear their voice. A trace of scent was enough for the brain to mark that human as important. To a dog, you may not simply be the creature who fills the bowl. You may be a signal that something good is near. The bond goes deeper through the eyes. In 2015, researchers found that when dogs and their owners gazed at each other, oxytocin increased in both. Oxytocin is involved in social bonding, trust, and caregiving. The same loop did not appear in wolves raised around humans in the same way. That matters because gaze is not how most animals casually interact with humans. For many species, direct eye contact can feel threatening, but dogs seem to have entered a different system with us. A dog looks into your face. Your body changes. Then the dog's body changes too. A feedback loop forms between two species that should not have needed each other, but somehow learned to share the same social signal. Cats are harder to read. That is not because they feel nothing. It may be because they do not perform attachment the way dogs do. In 2019, researchers used a secure-based test with domestic cats. The cat was placed in an unfamiliar room with its caregiver, then separated, then reunited. Many cats behaved like securely attached children and dogs. They explored more confidently when the caregiver was present, became stressed during separation, and used the person as a source of safety when reunited. The result challenged the old idea that cats only tolerate humans. A securely attached cat may not run toward you like a dog. It may simply calm down because you are there. That is easy to miss if you are looking for the wrong sign. For a cat, you may be less like a commander and more like a stable point in the room, the thing that makes the unknown space less dangerous. Horses add another layer. They are prey animals. Their survival depends on reading bodies quickly: tension, gaze, movement, emotional tone. And research suggests they can remember emotional information from human faces. In studies from the universities of Sussex and Portsmouth, horses viewed photographs of people with angry or happy expressions. Hours later, they met those same people with neutral expressions. The horses responded differently depending on the expression they had seen earlier. The face had been stored with emotional meaning. To a horse, you may be a history, not just a body standing nearby, but a pattern of pressure, relief, fear, calm, trust, or unpredictability. Every interaction teaches the animal what kind of human you are. Parrots show the question from the opposite direction. They are not domesticated like dogs, and they did not evolve to bond with humans. But many parrots are intensely social, vocal, and sensitive to attention. In the wild, their survival depends on pair bonds, flock contact, and constant communication. In captivity, a human can become part of that social world. Not because the parrot thinks the human is a bird, but because the human has become the most responsive social partner available. That can be powerful and dangerous. A parrot ignored for long periods can develop abnormal behaviors: screaming, feather damage, or repetitive movements. The problem is not that the bird is dramatic. The problem is that a social brain has been placed in a social vacuum. To that animal, you may not be entertainment. You may be the flock. So what does your pet think about you? Not in words. Not as owner. Probably not as parent in the exact human sense. But the evidence suggests something more precise. A dog may know your scent as reward. A cat may use your presence as safety. A horse may remember the emotional history of your face. A parrot may treat your attention as social survival. You are the smell that means return, the voice that changes the room, the face attached to safety or stress, the presence that makes exploration possible. To your pet, you may not be everything in the human way we imagine, but you are part of the map it uses to understand the world.